Hey everybody, it is Everyday Peter. Today we are doing number 4 on my favorite books of 2017 that at least I read. 2017 for me was a really big year in trying to grow my perspectives. It was definitely a time of trying to learn more about and trying to take in perspectives that weren't, white, middle class, and male and cisgendered. This included things like listening to a lot of podcasts like Stuff Mom Never Told You, Minority Corner, Pod Save the People, just trying to balance out and take the first 25 years of my life and trying to balance that out with something that would make me more whole as a human being. And much of this is a video series on books. Biggest factor I could highly recommend is the syllabus for white people. There's a bunch of excellent essays and videos on there. So, unfortunately, some of them have gone down since the list came out on November 9th, 2016. I wonder why then. But I'll add a link in the description below where you can find the syllabus itself. And in this vein, book number 4 is Shrill, Notes from a Loud Woman by Lindy West. This was such a fantastic read. Fortunately, my friend Grace recommended the book. I can't thank her enough. This was literally from a discussion of like, hey, I want to educate myself a lot more on sort of women's issues. Could you help me out? Like, can you, help me start building sort of a list? And now, I sort of understand, like, there are lists online. It is easily something that you can start with. You don't need to talk to someone, to a person of color, or a woman, or someone who is LGBTQA. There are enough lists online that you can, sort of factor that out and not put the burden on your friends, though I'm sure your friends love you. They will see that you're trying to do better, and try to be a better you, which is always a good thing. So Lindy West, the writer herself, I actually read a different essay that was about a podcast that was essentially the podcast she was writing about was one that was like how to build a better white straight dude. And it was just like a really interesting thing of like the best thing we can do is when those people, like when you're surrounded by your just dude friends and someone brings up something that is completely like locker room talk, just bring it up and shut it down. And it's definitely something that I've sort of taken into accord in not so much my day-to-day life. I don't really, most of my closest friends are women, including my best friends, and Maria, my girlfriend, is the one I spend the most amount of time with. So I'm not really in those situations. Usually when I'm surrounded by a bunch of bros, it's her family too, which I don't think would ever breach that subject. But Lindy West, she is blunt, she is real, she is funny, and speaks with such a passion about whatever topic she's focused on at the time. And she has a lot of intelligence to it, so that it really does arm you for future conversations that you might find yourself in. Like, it really gives you like talking points and a point of view that to help reach out to people. I think one of the most excellent aspects of her voice is how conversational, how friendly it is, and the sincerity of it all, which makes you really feel and understand where she's coming from. You're able to put aside any sort of issues that you have or that you're bringing to the table. Not really well read on any topic. I'm trying. And while this book helped me grow in a number of different facets, this was the only book that I read last year that dealt with plus-size bodies. I didn't even consider it something that I was missing and what I was trying to educate myself. And in college, I was really one of those assholes who would go on our Fat People Stories on Reddit or 4chan. I would go on these sites and sort of gleefully read about small moons and land whales. And while I thankfully grew out of enjoying that type of stuff, I hadn't gained any perspective on it. And that isn't to say I had, you know, big negative feelings on people who were larger. It was really just, I just stopped thinking about it. It just sort of like let bygones be bygones, even though that wasn't, like, there was no two-way street about it or anything. It's sadly in the sense that I was 25 when the pieces started clicking into place. She taught me that everyone is just trying to sort of achieve what society is deemed normal, or what we believe is normal, and to feel like we belong to a greater whole. People are trying to morph their bodies, their lives, their personalities, their minds to fit into this sort of societal ideal and this standard. No one who has been bullied for a particular reason would choose to be bullied over that reason. It's sort of the old argument, you know, if not being straight was a choice, then why would you choose that? Why would you make your life just so much more difficult with this aspect, if it's just that easy to just click it on and off? Really, I just like want to thank Lindy West for giving me this missing piece. I'm still learning, I'm still trying, and I'm still growing. I hope everyone is always trying to grow a little bit more, gain a little bit more perspective on their lives, on everyone else's lives, and how we all are sort of just like on this tiny little rock in the middle of space, almost randomly. Well, absolutely randomly. If you feel like you've grown down this path already, definitely pick this up. It is absolutely hilarious, and then it does have those really great times of just being super sincere, and it tugs at the heartstrings in just the best possible way. Have you read this book? What did you think? Have you a follow-up that I should check out? Like, hit me up down in those comments. I'm always on the hunt for something to add to what I'm reading, and something that will help me grow as a person, as I've said multiple times in this episode. And remember to subscribe below. Book reviews every Tuesday, and right now we're in the middle of my top 5 books that I read in 2017. Book number 3 is next week.